계속 가자. 애들 세바스찬과 애들에 대한 미션을 좀 하도록 하겠습니다. 세바스찬, 마이 세바스찬. 아래쪽으로 갑시다. 넣었어. 뭐냐? 맞다. 갑시다.
Revelio.
You're defending Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is such a thing as trying to...
Revelio.
Do you have any idea how many muggles the ministry has to cover up your actions?
이리 와.
Revelio.
위쪽이라고. 가봐.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Revelio.
어딘가 있는데 여기인가?
Revelio.
I love it.
야 어디야 이씨.
Revelio.
Stirring techniques bit off.
Revelio.
여긴데.
Heard you're defending Hogsmeade against trolls. You know, there is such a thing as trying
Revelio.
too hard.
아, 나 모르겠다. 이해가 안 돼요, 진짜. 안 해, 씨.
Revelio.
Did you speak with my uncle?
I wish I had better news about your uncle and Anne.
Well, what did he say?
I'm afraid he wants you nowhere near Feldcroft. Nor Anne.
I had to stop that goblin from killing my sister. He had no right to banish me from my
삼촌 동생을
own twin.
죽이고 싶어 하는 거 아니야?
If he thinks banishing me means I'm going to give up on Anne, he's sorely mistaken.
He also said he cannot excuse the use of dark magic in any form, and that if he hears of either of us using it, he'll go straight to Professor Black.
Huh. That relic, dark magic or not, is the key to saving Anne. To reverse that curse. I will not lose Anne for good. I should send the crest to Anne. She'll know that we need to meet.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Nothing, just a thought. Now I'm more determined than ever to learn what power that relic has.
What did you mean you'd send Anne a crest so that she'd know to meet you?
We just lost our parents, and we were packing up to go and live with Solomon. We couldn't take everything. She was carefully organizing her prized possessions, a box of artifacts she'd collected to do with our family. Jewelry, cards, old photographs. She got to her favorite, a handmade crest, and when I was at second thought, she handed it to me. This will keep you safe, she said. It holds no enchantment, but I've kept it with me since. That's how I can reach Anne. I'll get the crest to her with plans to meet.
Be careful, Sebastian. Your uncle could intercept it. We'll be expelled.
Even if Ominous is upset with us, he has no love lost for his family. He'd use their connections to the headmaster if we needed his help.
I shall wait to hear from you then.
Thank you. I very much appreciate you standing by me through all of this.
너도 내 비밀
I'll send
지켜줬잖아.
you an
끝까지
hour when I
가자.
have news.
맵이 3D로 돼 있어가지고 참 어려워. 차라리 1층, 2층, 3층 이렇게 보여주는 단면 그런 것도 돼 있었으면 좋았을 텐데 그게 아니라서 쬐까 아쉽습니다. 그건 뭐 어쩔 수 없으니까.
Revelio.
Oh, good, you're safe.
There you are. You were in such a state when you left.
The poachers got to my gran. Someone recognized me in Horntail Hall and they got to her.
What do you mean? Is she all right?
She's fine, thank goodness. But they were at her house, our house. They assumed I'd sent the egg there. She said they took the whole place apart looking for it, screaming that we'd cost them everything.
헐.
I'm sorry, Poppy. I'm glad she's all right. I don't think either one of us could have anticipated that.
I should have known. I underestimated the poachers. And now another creature's in danger.
What do you mean?
The poachers refused to leave empty-handed, so they took valuable journals
아,
that Gran had
할머니가 또
discovered when she was
여기 분야에
researching rare
나가는
creatures.
사람이구나, 좀.
One of them contained theories about a secret hiding place of the Snidget, long thought to be extinct.
Exactly what kind of creature is a Snidget?
It's a small bird with golden feathers. It's incredible. It has rotational wings that allow it to dart quickly in any direction. In fact, the golden snitch in Quidditch is based on the Snidget, which barbarically was actually used in the sport hundreds of years ago.
Why would Snidgets be valuable to poachers?
They could make more money with Snidgets than they ever would have fighting dragons. The golden Snidget's feathers and eyes are incredibly valuable. That's why they're believed to be extinct. They were hunted out of existence by wizard kind. If
다
the poachers
잡아들였구만.
found some now, I can't bear to think about the horrific way they'd be bred and killed for profit.
마법 동물 협회도 아니고 무슨.
Where exactly are these snidgets allegedly hidden?
Gran says the journals were a bit cryptic, which is good. Perhaps the poachers won't be clever enough to find the birds. From what she recalls, the journals only noted that the key to finding them lay in the moonlight. Gran thinks it can be narrowed down to a handful of locations.
I take it you aren't going to let the poachers anywhere near the snidgets.
Gran wants me to stay out of it, but I know she's devastated that poachers might go after the snidgets, if they still exist. We had the element of surprise on our side when we saved that dragon, but the poachers will be watching for us now.
We need allies. Others who hate the poachers enough to help us, who value creatures as
상점에
much
있는 사람.
Merlin's beard! You're a genius! The centaurs! They'd want the snidgets protected at
아,
all costs.
켄타로우스.
Sounds as if we need to go and talk to the centaurs.
We'll need to be careful in how we approach them. Tensions with them are high. Still, I think they may be our only hope. Let me think on it. I'll let you know as soon as I have a plan.
가봅시다. 그래. 저 친구가 도와준다고 하니까 같이 나중에 가봐. 그래. 세바스찬 또 만나러 가야 되는구만. 세바스찬 만나도록 합시다. 세바스찬, 우리의 세바스찬. 어디 있을까 우리 세바스찬. 위쪽에 있네요.
Revelio.
빗자루 사가자.
Thank you for all that you've done for us.
안 팔아.
Thank you for passing through.
이거를 먹일 수가 없어요. 안 열리잖아. 어떻게 가야 되는 거야? 나는 이해를 못했어.
Revelio.
진짜. 야, 이렇게 떨어지면 죽긴 죽는구나, 낙사로.
Oh, nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio. Revelio.
이거 올라갈 수가 있냐, 이거?
Revelio.
아씨, 여기 사다리 있었네. 내가 뭐 샀냐?
Confringo.
가세요. 아니!
Revelio.
I thought my owl might pique your interest.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so preoccupied by all that happened with Ominis and the catacomb, not to mention my uncle's reaction, that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea, but perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
가자. 어디야? 어딘데? 이쪽이야? 갑시다.
There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours.
No one enters this mine. Revel anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Who is it?
아이씨, 위요.
Quiet. Too quiet, you ask me.
I know I heard something that time.
아이씨, 왜 안 돼?
I deserve better than patrol duty.
I won't rest.
Until you're dead.
Totalis. Revelio.
갑시다. 나이스하죠? 어.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose.
Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me, humans do.
Totalis. Totalis.
What was that? Roaming this area is a waste of my time. Enjoy suffering, do you?
Ringo!
I shall have been.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a relative term. Revelio.
And that was relatively fun.
여기 어디야? 여기 거기냐? 넘어가는 곳? 아닌데요. 여기 광산 입구지. 얘가 거기가 아니네. 미리 갈 필요가 없던 곳. 거기. 단순한 광산일 뿐이었어요. 갑시다.
For better or for worse, we're in.
You ought to cut back on pudding. Mistook you for a troll the other day.
Petrificus totalis. This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported. Now I see why.
I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
Revelio.
I've never seen a sword like it. Someone there? Who's there?
Petrificus totalis.
Aha! There you are. Right where we stopped.
Imperial. Your Descendo.
Unforgivable.
Arresto momentum.
How many of Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
지나기 전에 뭐가 있구만.
Wingardium Leviosa.
여기.
That ledge is awfully high. Any ideas?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio.
저 밑에 뭐 하나 있어요. 진행 방향은 이쪽이야. 다 먹었어. 뭐 없어. 가.
Is It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Legs, or the solar size, or the venomous fangs. Any number of endearing qualities, really.
Revelio. Smash it.
Should have thought to conjure
Revelio.
stairs. That bridge has seen better days.
레벨수가 아니고 술이지.
Revelio.
아이씨, 쓰레기 나왔어.
Confringo. Revelio. Confringo.
자,
Revelio.
저번 안쪽에 있나봐요. 안쪽에 있는 것 같으니까 계속 쭉 가야 돼.
Revelio.
별거 아니죠? 어.
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Lumos.
Lumos!
굿.
Confringo. Silence. Lumos.
나이스. 갑시다. 아, 많아. 맛있는 게 많아.
Quieter than a jobberknock.
Descendo. Arresto momentum.
이게 아니에요. 겁나 많네, 거미 송곳니가.
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An
Revelio.
unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not surprised?
See myself doing this sort of thing forever, though. Fancy I'll have my own operation worked out one day. People working for me.
We're not finished yet. It's almost as if they were waiting.
Expelliarmus. Repulsor. Levioso. Revelio.
We certainly cleared the room.
You're not a bad chap for a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you certainly have a lot to learn.
Bombarda. Confringo.
We can have a look around. A rune symbol above the cabin door.
Accio.
Ragnarok's loyalists never knew to look for it.
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a couple more rooms here. Wasn't expecting that.
아, 금방이죠?
Accio. Guardian Leviosa.
여기 갈 수가 있냐? 딱 봐도 못 갈 것처럼 생겼어. 가지 마. 안 돼요. 안 돼, 안 돼. 불가능합니다. 자루 하나 있고 여기는 뭐하냐 쟤. 없었어.
Revelio.
세상이 마치 뿌연 연못 속에 있는 것처럼 내게 떠올랐다. 난 얼마나 의식을 잃고 있었던 것일까. 그 남자의 눈밖에 기억나지 않는다. 텅 빈 눈. 슬픔으로 텅 비었지만 또한 고통이 사라지는 광경을 보면서 느꼈던 희열감이 기억난다. 하지만 그 순간부터 모든 것이 달라지기 시작했다. 난 추락하면서 머리를 부딪혔던 게 분명하다. 느낌도 없고 상처도 안 보이지만 욱신거리는 통증이 있다. 설마 흑사병은 아니기만을 바란다. 적어도 그 남성은 이제 고통에서 벗어났다. 이게 내가 다 있나? 똑같은 건가? 모르겠다. 맞겠지 뭐.
Revelio.
A journal entry by Isadora. Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, something about this place feels odd.
내 거였어.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
Here's some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
언더크로프트로 입장하기. 여기가 바로 입장하는 곳인가? 그렇대.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
얘한테 말해.
A friendly goblin. He wants no part in Ranrock's fight.
A friendly goblin? You know, goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying.
나랑도 싸울 거야?
Unbelievable.
야! 내가 그거 다 해고 내가 네 오해 다 풀어주고 있는데 오비니스한테 내가 했는데 그렇게 말해야 되냐고? 나 같이 풀려고 노력 중인데 임마 씨, 너 못 가 임마
I hope Professor Fit...
I believe my next broom upgrade to be even more impressive than the last. Come by Spin Witches as soon as you can.
자, 빗자루 업그레이드 해준대요. 빗자루 업그레이드 해준대. 가보자. 빗자루 업그레이드를 해준대. 못 참지 이건. 못 참아요. 쬐까 춥구만. 좀 줄입시다 경기를.
An honest day's work, honest
You're... Hello again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special
야,
price
4,000원?
broom upgrade for you. You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but...
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details.
You know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Reyes is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
자,
Perhaps I could test out my new one.
부탁은 못 참지. 가봐요. 한번 해보자. 여기 있다고? 이 그지 같은 놈아, 뭐 여기서 하냐? 진짜로? 가봐. 해.
Revelio. Revelio.
뭐가 많이 있구만.
Revelio. Everything all right?
Far from it. I wandered into a ruin and was attacked by spiders. Oh, if you've got some Wiggenweld potion, though, I'm sure that would put me right.
Spiders do tend to appear in ruins. Here, I have enough to spare. Stay away from the ruins, though.
You've saved me life. Oh, I can never repay you. Yes, yes, I shall stay away from them, you'll see. Must stay away from ruins with spiders. Ruins with spiders. Oh, and thank you. Please accept this token of my appreciation.
세요. 많이 썼어? 갑시다.
Revelio.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
The course looks rather deserted. I hope everything's all right.
Ravenclaw, over here!
나
Hello
왔어.
again, Imelda. This course is a bit far from the castle, isn't it?
Obviously. Evidently too far for most of our classmates. Pathetic. They should be begging me to keep these trials alive, not running scared. I'm surprised our new 5th year showed up. I suppose I appreciate the effort.
That's actually... thank you.
I know I can be impatient, but I get frustrated by those who don't take things as seriously as I do. And in my experience, that's everyone. Anyway, don't let it go to your head. Right then, enough chatter. I'm confident I've posted a time you won't be able to beat.
We'll soon see how I fare, won't we? I'm ready.
Get ready to lose, Ravenclaw.
난 레번클루라고 그렇게 얘기를 하냐, 어떡해.
This is going well.
난 실력이 더 늘었다. 빗자루 학원에 타고 다녀가지고.
That wasn't too difficult. Brilliant.
아, 너 에버랜드 아니야? 노래가 있다고야. 이 정도면 내가 최고 기록인 것 같기도 하다.
Brilliant flying, if I do say so myself.
실수만 안 한다면 할만해요. 이렇게 계속 주면 절대로 망하지가 않지. 저도 터뜨려주고.
This is going well. Brilliant.
망하네야 망할 수가 없대. 인코스로 가요. 하나만 먹으면 돼.
That wasn't too difficult. Brilliant.
야, 20초나 되겠다. 20초. (20초를) 땡겼어요.
Impressive work today, but don't get too comfortable. I'll be on your heels in no time. My family's not going to believe the news when I tell them. They're almost as competitive as I am. Almost.
Do you get your competitiveness from your family?
You could say that. My grandfather played Quidditch for Puddlemere United. And my father, well, He was a chaser for Slytherin, but had to stop after a curse took his knees out. Said it was the Gryffindor beater. And me, I fell in love with flying the first time I saw the ground disappear beneath my feet. Something about the freedom you feel on a broom. I've not been able to stop since.
Will you keep running these courses?
I'll race them myself. Don't want to get rusty. But I won't be dealing with time trials. You're welcome to run them too. Anyway, hope we find time to fly again soon.
I take it you want to play for a team, but which one? And which position?
I'm my father's girl. A chaser through and through. You'd know that if Black hadn't cancelled Quidditch this year. As for a team,
퀴디치가
it's
이
the holy
게임에
hierarchies
수록이 안 돼
I've
있나 봐.
always dreamt of. When I'm finished with school, I'll try out. If for some reason I don't get accepted, I don't know what I'll do. Herbology, perhaps? Because if that did happen, you might as well pop me and call me a mandrake. I'd never stop screaming.
It's been fun competing against your records, Imelda.
It has been fun. Glad you're here. 5th year. Not bad for a Ravenclaw. You take care of yourself.
좋아.
I should let Mr. Weeks know that this was his best upgrade yet.
여기 다 돌았나? 오지게 돌긴 했네. 호그스미스로 갑시다. 질 수가 없어요. 저 친구한테는.
How's my favourite test flyer? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the wind catching beneath the seat a bit, preventing it from reaching its full potential.
Of course! Should have anticipated that. Exactly the kind of report I've come to expect from you. At last, I think I know what needs to be done for my final upgrade.
What will you do after the final upgrade is complete?
I aim to make Spintwitches the most sought-after shop in Hogsmeade. And I wouldn't mind getting back on a broom myself, just for the thrill of it. Couldn't be more pleased we made headway with the upgrades. Proved the naysayers wrong. Made all the hard work worth it.
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an hour when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help. Couldn't have done this without you.
Good for Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks and I do make a good team. Revelio.
좋았어. 호그와트로 다시 갑시다. 후플푸프 학생 만나러 갑시다.
If he thinks he's getting away with this, he has another thing coming.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not.
뭐야?
We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, It was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Is it really that important that the bells go back up?
Is it really that important? They're part of the school's history. Those bells likely told a young Merlin that he was running late to charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour. But mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You'll certainly have
이때
more help than
필요하구나,
Adelaide.
정이.
I imagine the bells are just inside in the bell tower. Revelio. Revelio.
아무래도 저기 들어가야 될 것 같은데요. 내 활짝 위야.
Revelio.
한 칸 더 위로 올라갈 수가 있나? 더 올라가지네?
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to include it.
Revelio. Revelio.
이 위쪽이야.
Italian and a historian's uniform. It was brilliant solving those old tricks.
Professor, do you have time to chat?
I always have time for my students. How may I help you?
I wondered if I might ask how long you've been teaching at Hogwarts.
Well, it's been what now? 7 swift years.
17
Time does
years.
fly because
7
we have
years.
fun. Essential, in my opinion. An eager, positive, and confident mind is the most open to knowledge, I find.
Some of the professors may not agree with your approach.
Well, each of us has our own style, I suppose. Some in the teaching field believe that hard work and dedication are the only keys to success. But they forget what drives those things. If one cannot fathom why some would expend energy on gobstones, then one is blind to the enormous power of play.
And that's why you teach the way you do?
Precisely. I strive to be the sort of professor that I would have enjoyed in school. My experience was less cheerful.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. It sounds as if your experience as a student was less than ideal.
Had I received a more traditional education, well, enough about my student days. You are here now, and it would be a shame if you didn't enjoy it.
I'll do my best, Professor. Thank you for the advice.
You are most welcome. Try to have a bit of fun today. Huh?
Yeah.
Revelio.
이 위에 있나?
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
수업 중 가능한 게임. 부양 수업. 띄어진 고일대 또는 이와 유사한 것을 통해 블록을 부양하도록 권장한다. 무장의 해제 및 회피. 엑스페리아무루스 및 반사신경을 연마한다. 접선 이의 목표. 기본으로 돌아가 빠르게 움직이도록 주문을 건 목표를 맞추도록 연습한다. 아, 이 위에서 나는 건가? 아씨.
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
뭐야, 이건 왜 이래? 내 연적이 없잖아, 이거는. 그냥 이렇게 다 표현되는 것도 있고 저리 표현되는 것도 있나 보다.
Revelio.
아, 이거 씨. 어둠의 탑 감호. 수세기 전 한 마법 교수가 이곳에 트롤을 기르고 있었는데 학생들은 트롤에게 특히 어려운 주문을 연습할 수 있었습니다. 확실히 충격적이긴 하지만 퀴디치 게임을 위해 살아있는 스니젯을 사용하던 시절에는 놀라운 일이 아니었을 것입니다. 이제 미래에는 무엇이 사용될지 궁금할 따름입니다. 아씨. 아, 어지러.
Revelio. What we've accomplished. The final broom upgrade is better than even I expected. Stop by Spint Witches when you can.
업그레이드 또 해주네.
Italians and a historian's uniform. It was brilliant.
아, 얘도 있어.
I can't believe we found ourselves trapped in that scriptorium.
Revelio.
화장실인가?
Revelio.
Honestly, can't believe you won all 3 trials against the
아니야.
Luke and Brattleby must have nearly wet himself when you won everything.
이쪽 미시다.
Revelio. Revelio.
아, 어디야? 아, 여기 있네? 와, 이거 보호색 때문에 안 보였어. 구불구불한 동굴 창문. 스리데린들은 이 창문이 어떤 이유로 스리데린 서집자를 기린다고 생각하지만 실제로는 전설적인 그린맨의 입에서부터 뻗어나온 나무에 감긴 뱀같이 구불구불한 동물을 나타낸 것입니다. 야, 어딨나 했다 씨.
Revelio. Ah, the bells must be upstairs. Revelio. Aloha Mora.
계획이 없었어요.
Ah, found them. I'll have to get those up there somehow. Wingardium Leviosa. One up, one to go. Revelio. Revelio.
저 있다.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't.
들어갑시다. 뭔가 했는데 퀘스트였어. 전에 했으면 의미가 없었겠구만.
Revelio.
Awful when they ask you a question now, isn't it? Grubby little faces.
The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
진짜로 최종 업그레이드 하러 갑시다. 아닌가? 얼굴이 저게 아닌데요? 가보자. 이쪽으로 가면은 좀 빠르게 할 수 있겠지?
Revelio. Revelio.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
No need to race now, my friend. Past the high wing! Slow down now. There we go.
못 들어가는구만.
Revelio.
My advice when dealing with
저기요, 선상님.
Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Revelio. Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received.
속지?
You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
라부 부인. 은행 업무를 도와달라는 우리의 요청을 다시 생각해 주셨으면 합니다. 스스로 결정을 내릴 시간을 충분히 드렸기에 이제는 인내심이 바닥내려고 합니다. 우리가 동업하여 얻게 될 이익을 부인께서 제대로 알아봐 주신다면 부군께서도 감사히 생각할 것입니다. 이번 주말까지 답장을 기대해도 좋겠죠? 이 일은 우리끼리만 아는 걸로 합시다. 왜 그렇게 하는지는 잘 아시겠죠?
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Revelio. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check them.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me.
아주 뒷돈을 많이 챙겼구만.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous.
이 정도 위험하면은 마법부에서 나서야 되는 거 아니냐?
I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Revelio. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. Revelio.
Only I could invent.
Revelio.
오, 대박. 호그스미드. 영국에서 유일하게 모든 주민이 마법사인 마을. 호그스미드는 수세기 동안 호그와트 3학년 이상의 학생들이 자주 찾는 마을이었습니다. 입구에 딱 있었네.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
직진 본능.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quick.
아, 이거 뭐야? 여기 이상한데 끌려왔어. 왜 끌려간 거야, 대체? 싸워야 되네.
Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Revelio. Accio. The hidden door. Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be reminded that we're still running things. I hope Rookwood knows what he's doing. When we're done, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head. Or perhaps I'll just...
Show yourself!
Finish this. It's not you, Roland.
아주 끈적끈적하구만. 너는 비를 예언하는 목소리를 가진 어거레이만큼 나에게 소중해. 나는 가장 우직하고 배신하지 않는 크롭처럼 너를 사랑해. 무시야? 넌 네 마음에 주문을 걸었어. 난 그 주문이 풀리길 바라지 않아. 넌 첫 순간부터 날 홀리겠지. 내겐 줄곧 너 하나뿐이야. 덜리베다 필버트.
The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. I'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio.
Spoils
Oi, oi.
Revelio.
숨겨진 것들이 많이 있구만.
Revelio.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. I felt it warranted more than a piece of meat pie. I could have been killed running for him. Blasted Rookwood.
Totalis.
You'll feel quite expulso!
Just warming up.
Expulso!
Trafficus Totalis. Revelio.
사랑하는 오토, 당신이 보낸 마지막 편지를 거듭해서 읽고 또 읽었어. 우리가 다시 만날 그 순간까지 매 시간마다 계속 이 편지를 읽을 거야. 당신을 금방 볼 수 없어서 두려워. 하지만 희망이 없는 건 아니야. 우리가 약혼한 사실을 사랑하는 이들에게, 특히 우리 아버지에게 공표할 날만을 손꼽아 기다리고 있어. 좀 더 자리 잡을 때까지 기다리고 싶어하는 자기의 마음은 잘 알아. 자기가 그런 순간이 다가오도록 최선을 다하고 있다는 사실도 잘 알고, 내게 최고의 행복감을 안겨주었던 감정을 공공연하게 드러낼 수 없었던 지난 몇 달은 내 존재가 뿌리부터 흔들릴 정도로 힘든 시기였어. 지금 당신의 편지를 한 번 더 읽을 참이야. 자기를 사랑하는 로지.
Also Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
다 찾았어요. 카이제스.
He must be here somewhere. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio. Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
이었구만.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Oh, lightly. Be as a shadow.
조용히 나갑시다. 조용히.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow.
그래, 마법부에 다 말을 해야지.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife, Miss Onai. Your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
마법분은 대체 뭘 하고 있는 거죠?
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
소닉. 호그와트로 갑시다. 아, 또 날 누가 기다리는구만. 도전을 받아주가스. 받아줘야지. 받아줘야 돼요.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Revelio. Hello. Are you here for someone as court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands. Speaking of which, care to play a match?
깔보는구만.
Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win.
아, 뭐야 이건 또. 아, 이거는 저건 100점 나올 것 같은데.
Precisely as planned.
Accio.
야, 뭐야 이거. 튕긴다고 저렇게? 야.
Sting me with a billywig. I'll never top that.
야, 저기 저렇게 튕기는구나. 뭐 안전빵으로 하는 거야? 저거 봐라. 저거 봐라, 저거 봐라. 안전빵으로 저렇게 하려고 하는구만. 야, 이거 어렵다. 야, 대박. 야, 이거 운 너무 좋아. 야, 이거 너는 나가리인데?
Precisely as planned.
이거 안전빵으로만 가자.
I'll remember that.
또 깎였어.
You are good.
야, 이거 소환사의 코트 이거 이렇게 난이도 주니까 되게 재밌다.
I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
I practice as much as I can.
Practice, eh? I suppose I could try that. Well, you've only one opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
마지막 관문이 또 있네.
Revelio.
나 저긴 안 가봤는데.
Revelio. Bombarda. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Alohomora.
봐봐, 내가 안 풀었는데 이렇게 있어.
Levioso. Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora.
세 개 이상해졌어.
Revelio.
We are fortunate to have a student breathing.
아씨. 일기장에게 사랑하는 호그와트를 관리하며 의연한 태도를 보이는 것이 날이 갈수록 어려지고 있다. 매일 또 다른 데미가이즈 조각상을 우연히 발견하곤 한다. 누가 이 일에 배후에 있는 걸까? 내가 누구에게 뭘 그렇게 잘못했길래 이런 역겨운 일도 나를 괴롭히는 걸까? 절망스럽다. 호그스미드에서 그 끔찍한 생물체를 만난 이후로 잠에 들 수가 없다. 이 빌어먹을 월석들 때문에 내 업무에 집중할 수 없을 뿐만 아니라 내게 필요한 8시간에서 9시간의 수면을 지키지 못해 더 상태가 안 좋아 보일 것이다. 나는 꿋꿋하게 버텨야 한다. 내가 흔들린다면 이 마법의 홀에서 학생들이 누구에게 지도를 받겠는가? 내가 하루라도 자리를 비우면 호그와트는 틀림없이 완전한 혼란 상태로 빠질 것이다. 난 강해져야 한다. 학생들을 위해, 호그와트를 위해. 그대의 트윈 문의 인류 명문. 그 경비 아저씨의 그 사무실인 것 같아요. 거울 하나 있었거든요. 보고 갑시다. 저기구만.
Alohomora. Revelio. Levioso. Lumos.
2층이에요. 2층에 있어.
Revelio. Lumos.
장비창 한번 정리합시다. 필드 가이드가 아직도 30개가 남았네. 보물상자가 9개가 남았고요. 오지는구만. 되게 많아. 넘냐 왜 이렇게. 필드 가이드 와씨 더럽게 많다 진짜. 찾기가 어렵지 저렇게 있으니까. 나이스. 나이스. 방이팡이 손잡이 이걸로 하시고요. 지도는 저기로 갑시다. 호그스미드 가서 판매합시다.
On another adventure, are we?
The secret is do the hard work first.
Oh, hello again. Couldn't have perfected the broom upgrades without your help. As
Wow.
always, I have a special prize for you. I truly enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me.
머니 시험 진짜 많이 하긴 했나봐. 엄청 많아졌어. 그 장비토리 인벤 칸이.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
나이스하다. 다 됐네 뭐. 그래, 이거 해야 돼요. 세계 지도. 간짬뽕을 먹을까? 오늘은 간짬뽕 먹자. 그게 낫겠다. 오늘 좀 폭식하겠구만. 점심도 많이 먹었는데.
Revelio.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
켄타로우스 만나러 가요 이제.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right.
너 좋아해?
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
갑자기 나타났죠? 금지된 숲이 왜 금지된 숲이냐?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care.
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
스니젯이라는 동물이 있구나.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Wow. 자, 좀 뒤져봅시다 이제 또. 좀 둘러보고 잠깐 쉬었다가 6시부터 또 이어서 해야지. 밥 먹으면 또 졸려요, 또 이게. 막혀있네. 야, 안 가죠? 일로 가서 가야 돼.
Revelio.
골동품 나침반. 하이랜드 지역을 돌아다니던 머글이 남기고 간 골동품 나침반입니다. 여기 나침반을 떨어뜨리고 갔으니 지금쯤 웨일스 어딘가를 헤매고 있을 가능성이 매우 큽니다.
Revelio.
야, 개 짖는 소리 좀 안 나게 해라, 씨. 개 빠져.
What do you have in store for me this time?
저거겠지 뭐.
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
원인의 테스트 성공!
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there. Revelio.
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rib and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Revelio. Confringo.
나이스. 다 할 줄 알아요 이제. 여기까지 하고 나사이 오나이 한번 가지고
Time to teach someone a lesson.
아 너무 일이 커질 것 같은데 저거 하고 시작 그러면 아 근데 여기 찍어야 돼 아니야 나중에 나중에 합시다. 나중에 해야 할 것이 산더미다.
Revelio.
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with you.
야, 사람들 밥 다 먹고 있는데 여기서 기다린 거야.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
이렇게 해서 아빠가 돌아갔다고? 야, 이게 뭐야 씨.
How so?
야
He
씨.
died protecting me.
충격이
If I had been
어마어마했겠네.
capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on
인센디오.
without him.
이렇게 해가지고 방어했었어야지.
It became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
대단한 사람들을 그래도 친구로
sorry,
뒀었어 내가.
I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Revelio.
그래, 고마워. 나 갈게. 바이바이. 됐어. 일단 중지하고, 일단 중지하시고, 밥 먹고 와서 이어서 할게요. 1시간? 1시간.